Hi, everybody. This is Roland Pruitt. This is Roland Pruitt's Kaiju Review, and we are doing Mothra this time. We have gotten through the 50s now with the Toho Showa series, and now we're working on into the 60s with Mothra. I'm excited about this episode. For one reason, George Morgan from Japan has come back to join us for this one, and I just want to say about the opening to the show. I'm really pleased at how it came out. I want to thank Manuel Zamora Jr. for helping us with the theme song and helping us edit that together. And I really love that shot of Manda when he's going under the bridge and destroy all monsters. I don't know why that grabs me so much, but I really dig that scene. Anyway, let's, without further delay, bring up our co-hosts, Anastasia.
Yes, but before you bring anyone else up, I want to say how attractive it is that you are very passionate about this. The fact that you have this attention to
I got my
detail.
first shirt on. Look at that.
Yes, it's so
I'm up for
beautiful
it.
because to find a man
It
who is
feels
like,
good.
you can do that again if you would like. That was very nice that you did that
It feels
motion.
good actually to rub my Mothra eyes.
That is what you're doing. Yes, you're rubbing. I will get if you buy me this shirt, I will do same action for you. You'll see the same thing.
Well, oh, okay.
That'd be very nice.
Yeah, you want to?
Yes, I just wanted to tell you, you look very good in that search, and I love that you are paying attention to the details, and you're so generous to talk about Manuel Zamora, who is a wonderful man. But you're always sharing the spotlight, a very good big heart, and it's just as
He
beautiful.
has
Thank you
another
so much.
a movie show called Two Guys and a Gal Talking Movies. That's on Mondays. So anyway, and it's
Yes,
on
I like
YouTube.
that
You can
one a
find it
lot.
on
It's very
YouTube, and we
good.
talk about different movies, but we talk about the Toho Kaiju films. So
Okay.
at least this season and next season, we're going to do the Showa series this season, and we're going to do the Heisei. We're going to do the Heisei season and next season, and other Godzilla movies after. So we got at least 2 seasons coming up. So
Wow, you're so prolific. You're a very productive man. It's
thank
very
you.
nice.
It's very nice of you to say that. Thank you,
You're
Anastasia.
welcome now.
So let's go ahead and bring up our other able-bodied assistants and they say on other shows. Let's bring Professor Walnut on and George Morgan from Japan. Early in the morning there. There he is.
Wow,
Well, Luke,
look at the
it's your
balloons.
birthday.
I
All
didn't
of a
do anything.
sudden,
It wasn't me.
yes,
It wasn't
yes,
You
me.
didn't do it. Okay. Oh, well, that's the tech gremlins.
yes, it's crazy new tech things that the kids are into. Yes, I do have to say though that I was feeling a bit uncomfortable with the interplay between Miss Anastasia and Mr. Pruitt.
You don't need to concern yourself. Respectfully,
We're just being
professors, you
friends.
do not need to concern yourself at all. It's okay now. You just keep your hands,
We're
feet to
just being
yourself like they taught you in kindergarten. We don't need to talk about it at all.
Oh, okay,
I
well,
think
all
George
right,
is in a kindergarten.
all
No,
right
I
then.
think he's in a school actually. But
We
anyway,
don't need to go there because the thing is that Roland is independent man and he doesn't get enough attention. I think he has been disregarded long enough, and that a womanly love is exactly what he need. So that is what I am
I do have a
Oh,
interjecting.
yes, yes.
I do have a
Well,
girlfriend. Her name's
But
Aspen.
is she? The thing is, you say that, but if it were true, then you would be getting more of the attention that you need, and that is all I'm going to say about
I
that.
mean, she gives me good attention. I like it when she's not on secret assignment.
That
Anyway,
is my point. She's on secret assignment almost all of the time, as this is
so
unacceptable. In my
okay,
country,
now I'm
we do
getting a
not
little
treat men
uncomfortable.
this way.
I just want to say that I ordered a really cool Godzilla mug, and I should have it by next show. So it's got Godzilla on one side and King Kong on the other, and it's the Monarch
oh,
version of them. It's Fat Godzilla, but I mean, it was a good price, and yeah, I call him Fat Godzilla. You see them thunder thighs, the
I,
Monarch Godzilla, the new
you
ones.
know, I don't believe we need to be fat shaming our kaiju
Sorry,
friends.
I probably
I,
shouldn't do that. I'm sorry.
you
He's a
know,
cool.
I
Don't
mean,
get me wrong.
the,
I mean, I think all Godzillas
the
are
poor
cool.
the poor creature has a thyroid situation going on, and he can't help it that he has the so-called thunder thighs. I mean, he's
Okay.
perfectly fine the way he is,
I stand
or
corrected.
she, whichever the case may be. So
That's true. I don't know if it's a he or a she, because in
well,
no Godzilla movies do you ever see like a Godzilla song swinging.
that's right. And we know that there is a progeny.
Right. I think in the
there's a
son of Godzilla,
son.
I think that Godzilla, that particular Godzilla, has kind of a small head. I think that's his mom. And
I
I'm
do
not
believe
shaming for small heads either. Just saying that.
so. All right.
Anyway,
That's fine.
let's get into our timeline for
Yes.
Mothra.
We're
This,
getting
believe it or not, was released
track.
in America by Columbia Pictures. Believe it or
Hmm.
not. And I did use the title cards from the American version.
Hmm.
But I think most of the shots here are from the Japanese version, actually.
They only cut 12 minutes.
Yeah. And they didn't put anybody like Raymond Burr or
That's it, but
American
12
actors
minutes is a lot.
or anybody.
There's
Although
no
the villain in it, he looks like he might be like maybe something else besides Japanese. He might be a half breed.
Hey, they don't call it a half breed. In Japanese, you call them hafu.
Hafu.
My son is hafu.
All right. Okay, so we start out with a ship, right? And it's on the ocean, and oh my God, what the hell?
there's an island, there's a helicopter, and a couple of gentlemen flying the helicopter.
Oh, right. They discover the island. That's right.
Yes.
And it's an island that's in a radioactive area, for testing. They were testing the atomic bomb there.
Yes. So searching for survivors, I believe, of some sort of shipwreck.
Yeah.
And what's the island's name?
Mothra.
Okay, sorry.
No, there is a name for it, and there's so many different names for different islands, like Faroe Island.
Keep going, keep it going, keep rolling. And I have the name right here, and I just turned the page. So, gee, I lost it. Keep going.
But there is a name for the island, and I've forgotten it myself because there's so many different names. Ogasawara Island and Destroy All Monsters, Faroe Island and King Kong versus Godzilla. I think in some movies they actually call it Mothra Island in the English.
In the English one, yes.
Like maybe in Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster, I think maybe they call it Mothra Island. But there is a name for it. It's like whatever George is going to come up with when he turns the page.
I can't find it now.
Oh no!
Infant Island. The translation. Here we go. It's Infant Island is the translation.
Infant Island. English. Oh, how did I forget that?
And
it's two little Shobijin, the infants.
Infant. Oh, infant. Yeah,
that's right.
Yes,
what's funny is that the translation to English is Infant Island. So I put it back to the Japanese, and the Japanese says Infantoshima. I say not Shima. Infantojima. Infantojima. Okay.
Infantojima.
So it's the English word, infant.
And the infant mortality rate is real low right now on this island because they were doing testing. So, sorry, I went for the gag and that was terrible. Anyway, what is it the comics are saying now? Oh, I'm supposed to offend. I'm sorry. So they find these survivors that have been living on the island from the ship, and they say, oh, these guys must be dying from radioactive poisoning, and they're fine. And they go into this lab, and there's a news reporter who's disguised. Boy, we were going through these pictures really fast now. She'll be back like 2 slides behind. And the reporter, Fukuda, I'll just say Fukuda. He's kind of a roly-poly, happy kind of guy. He's kind of like the Jack Black of Japan at that time. He is snuck into this. I don't know. I don't think it's a press thing, but it's like a science thing. They want the scientist people to meet these guys who survive this, radiation thing. And his photographer, they like to have beautiful female photographers in these movies, the early ones. And now they're already going to see this other professor who knows a lot about radiation and Infant Island and all that mess. And his name is Dr. Shinichi Chujo, Dr. Chujo, and he's played by Hiroshi Koizumi, who again was in Godzilla Raids Again. He usually plays a scientist in the early Shaolin movies. He's in Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster. He's in Godzilla versus Mothra versus Godzilla 1964. He's in a lot of these movies, the early ones. So they can't get a picture of the guy. He doesn't like to have his picture taken.
Yes.
So he's trying to hide his face.
He's a vampire. Because he's a vampire, it doesn't show up on film.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Actually, it's because he's embarrassed he didn't shave.
Yes.
No, what it is in Japan, when a man takes a picture, he never smiles. And so he doesn't want to be having a picture of him not smiling because he's in a movie now. So I can't have this picture of me not smiling and people won't like me.
I think it's because he didn't shave. And there's a mouse on the sofa and it makes the girl scream. It's his son's mouse. And they get a picture.
Let me get this straight. Is it on the sofa or is it on the couch? Because I never use that word sofa. Okay,
you don't use sofa?
I never say sofa.
You always say couch. But in
Yeah.
Asian culture, a lot of them say sofa.
It says sofa, see?
Oh.
The cat's called sofa?
Yes, cat says couch. I'll continue.
All right.
Sorry, I'm an English professor. That's what I do.
Call it sofa or should we call it couch? I think the reason that they, and I'm saying this from the Chinese perspective, they say sofa is because the British people call it sofa.
Right. In the Japanese text, the English is sofa usually, but couch is used especially in
I
my
like to say
area.
just, America and all, but yeah, I get it. Okay, so
Keep going.
Fascinating.
I've lost track of our timeline now. Okay, so they got the picture of him, and he's agreed to help them with their articles about these people in Infant Island, and they're trying to plan a trip to Infant Island. So yeah. So the next slide, I guess they're on a boat.
Yes, they're getting ready to go on the ship.
Yeah, and they're going on the ship to Infant Island, and there's another professor there. Michi Hanamura, played by Kyoko Kagawa, is the photographer. Dr. Harada, played by
he is the ex-sumo too. So I mean, he's a it's too early for me. Sorry, let's see. Woo!
He just woke up. It's like 7
I woke up
Yes.
about 20 minutes ago. Okay, so
he woke up at 6 o'clock for this. He wakes up early for you people.
You may take your time, sir. Take your time.
So he is in the movie, especially at the end of the movie, he's in Japanese you'd say he's a budo practicer. So that means he practices karate or judo or kendo or jujitsu. So he's
a martial artist.
He's got like the body for it. He's got like the body for it.
Oh, okay.
All right, continue. So
and which character was that?
That was the news reporter because he's got that thick neck. He's got the football player neck.
Oh, Sunchan Fukuda. Yeah.
Yes.
The actor's name is Furanki Sakai. This was the only Godzilla movie or the only Toho Kaiju movie he ever did. Not sure. I don't think he's been in any other. I don't remember him being in any other Kaiju film from Toho. He's probably in a lot of other Toho films, but.
Is it Furanki Sakai? His actual name is, if you want to say it in English, it's Frankie Sakai.
Frankie Sakai.
Frankie. That's his nickname.
There you go. Hey, Frankie.
His name is Masatoshi. His name is Masatoshi, but his stage name is Frankie because he thought he looked like Frankie Valli.
Oh.
Yeah. All right.
I'm just telling you.
I like it. He's confident. Dr. Harada also joins the crew. He's filmed like Kenya Hara, who was in all the early Toho monster kaiju films. He usually plays a scientist or a general. He's also in Gorath. He's also in, which we were skipping over. We're going to skip over that versus Godzilla next. I'm sorry, it's only got one kaiju in it. It's a giant walrus, and it's only in there for like 2 minutes. So I can't spend a whole show talking about a movie that's only got a giant walrus in it, and it's for 2 minutes. And he's very easily killed. And yeah, it's just it's about the meteor, not the walrus. So I can't really in good conscience do that. I may go back and do it later if I think so. But anyway,
Google Kaiju, okay? Keep going.
But we will do in a couple of weeks because Manda is in it, and Manda is a major kaiju. Oh my gosh, Atragon or Atragon. Atragon. I when I was a kid, I always called it Atragon. Like a dragon. Because Manda's kind of like a dragon. But it's the sub. Atragon. Anyway, I digress, as we say. They're sitting there talking about, Infinite Island, what they're gonna do when they get there. He's smoking, he's being Mr. Cool. He's like Frankie Sinatra, I'm surprised he didn't say Frank Sinatra because he was cool at that time.
And by the way, he hasn't done any more Kaiju movies, but he has done. I'm looking at this list. He's done like 100 movies.
Yeah,
100. The list just keeps going. He's in like everything that's not in English.
Yeah, he's probably like he's good for like comedies, and stuff. He's probably because he's kind of comic relief in this.
May I point out something?
Sure.
We haven't mentioned the villain of the piece, the real villain, the human villain, or have we?
Not yet.
We haven't seen him yet. Yeah.
Because he's an absolute menace. He's a total rodder. He is.
Yeah, Clark Nelson is his name.
Very strong Japanese name, yes.
I forgot that, yes, he has invited himself on this trip. He's bought his way and his assistants onto this trip. He is played by Jerry Ito. We did mention him in the fact that I said he's half-breed, I think.
Yes.
He looks like he might be maybe half Japanese, half Indian.
Yes, he's born in New York. His real name is Gerald Kamakichi Ito, and his stage name is Jerry Ito.
Jerry Ito, yeah. And as Professor Walnut has pointed out here very succinctly, he is a real douchebag.
Yes, quite. Yes.
He's terrible. He's one of the worst villains in any of the. In Godzilla, Mothra versus Godzilla, there's a couple of villains in that basically do his shtick all over again, but not as evil.
Yeah,
except the fact that they double cross each other.
Yes, I mean this is Bond level villainy in this particular.
True enough.
Yes,
and they call him Nelson.
Nelson, yes. Of course, he would have a westernized name, wouldn't he?
Well, he's from the other country. In the movie, his character is.
Oh, yes, he is from another country.
That fictional American country.
Mm-hmm. That's North America.
Did you think that he was a really nasty villain in this?
Not particularly. I don't see particularly. I mean, he's kind of normal. No, it's not normal.
He's just a normal villain.
Just normal level, like 5 out of 10. In the nefariousness scale, about 5 out of 10. Yes.
All right.
Just around where Boris and Natasha were for Rocky and Bullwinkle. About 5 out of 10. Not too ominous.
Here.
Yes, just exactly. Not too ominous. Almost a little fuzzy. We call fuzzy. Little fuzzy.
A warm fuzzy villain.
A warm fuzzy villain. Very likable.
Oh God.
Very likable.
Did you even watch the end of this movie?
Yes, I don't understand problem. Is
Shoot
not big
everybody?
villain now. Big villain, you have to live. If you live where I have lived in my life, you'll understand what I mean more acutely. Yes, it's not big deal.
He and his assistants are laughing at the radio at the desolation of Japan. I think it's hysterical. Anyway,
his official title is Secretary General of his country. Translated to English from Japanese, Secretary General.
In which country is that?
The country he's from, it's the Lorise. In Japanese, Lorise. Lorisi.
Okay.
I gotta find the English. I got Japanese in front of me. So
okay. All right. So anyway, the news reporters are able to go on this trip to Infant Island, and again, he actually tries to sneak into Clark Nelson's room, the reporter Fukuda, and he gets caught. He's dressed as a purser, and he gets caught. Nelson's assistant is played by Tetsu Nakamura, I'm sorry, who was also in The Mysterians, also in Half Human. He's also in Yog, Monster from Space, otherwise known as Space Amoeba. He's one of the guys that pops in every now and again, and he's an interesting actor. Anyway, interesting character actor. So they finally get to the island. Look at that beautiful, gorgeous, radioactive island.
Oh God, too soon. Okay.
Infant Island.
Yes, Infant Island.
Again, the radioactivity part was a big part of these films, up into, I think they really kind of got away from it at Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster. They stopped doing the radioactive thing.
Okay, I found the country. It's Rolisica.
Rolisica.
It's supposed to be basically like
Anastasia, you ever heard of that one?
The US.
Rolisica.
This sounds like something you could be emperor of, Roland. Rolisk, it sounds very similar to your name. You could actually be emperor, and you could choose your empress. It would be a beautiful thing. I think you'll be very good leader. You're very masculine. You're very masculine. You'd be a good leader, a good emperor. Yes, exactly. In that shirt, even in that shirt. Yes.
My Mothra eyes. Yes.
Yes, you can keep doing that. That's very nice.
You can stop anytime. I'm okay with it too. Stop.
Yeah, not too much.
We will talk later. It's not always for a showcase on live show.
Too
yes.
excited.
Yes, we'll talk later.
Oh my goodness.
The shenanigans you kids get up to.
Trouble. Okay, so they go trekking around the island to see if they could find out. Again, the guys tell them, hey, we found a whole bunch of people there. They gave us this drink. It was able to make us okay with radioactivity, and that's why we survived, and you guys were able to pick us up. So they go on the island, and sure enough, there's natives there, and they've been living there for quite a while. The jungle is very hostile. The plants there have been turned into radioactive, nasty, like kaiju kind of plants that will eat you if you're not careful.
Or in the Japanese description, huge blood-sucking plants.
Huge blood-sucking plants. I like it. You just call the movie that. Huge blood-sucking plants.
I think they did. It's called Little Shop of Horrors. This is where the Audrey came from.
Just don't send me to the dentist, okay?
This is now we know where the Audrey plant came from.
Yes,
Infant Island.
It's an Audrey too.
You expect there to be Seymour there, suddenly Seymour.
Yes, he's probably there. You should put him down as a credit. His first movie credit was this movie. So you should alter Wikipedia, I think.
I can't remember who it is. I think it's Dr. Shinichi Chujo that gets attacked by the plant there, and they say then they rescue him. Then they find a I don't know, like a little mini monolith that has some stuff written on it. Yes. And it talks about Mothra and the island's deity. and they're like, oh, for sure, you know. And they're in their radioactive suits. And I think this is where they finally get surrounded by all the natives. And nope. They see the Shobijin first, the two little infant fairies.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he's getting attacked with a plant, and he sees the little
Dr.
doll women.
And I don't know why it is, but a lot of the guys that watch this movie really dig the two little infant fairies.
I love what my favorite thing is. They're supposed to be twins, and they just look like two different Japanese girls to me. They don't look the same.
They just put a beauty mark on them, and
because even when they did it later in the Mothra movies, when they show the twins, they don't look alike. They're not twins.
Yeah,
they look like two people that go to the same school. That's about it. And they're about the same height.
These were two actual twins, though, right? The Peanuts.
Yes,
but they don't look alike. They don't look alike. They have different diets.
Well, maybe they weren't. They were identical twins. They were, fraternal twins.
Well, for Japanese, they all look alike anyway. Even for Japanese, we all look alike. They say,
Well,
yeah.
We're not going to go there.
Address all comments to.
So they saved the doctor, and they they help him get better, and they go back out in their suits.
I swear, two little girls. I swear, they're tiny little.
Yeah, they thought he was just kind of like hallucinating or something. Oh yeah, two little Barbie doll style size girls. Yeah, okay, yeah, whatever. But no, he's telling the truth. Hey, I saw these two infants, and they see him, and the minute they see them, the whole group, Nelson grabs them. It's like, these are for me. I mean, like instantly when he sees him, he's like, I'm gonna do a big show and be a billionaire. Yeah, look, he grabs them up. Those, by the way, are definitely dolls. There's no mistaking it. And they're like, hey, dude, relax. God, yeah, come on. And the infants in this, the two fairies, in most movies, they're very nice and very kind. And, they're like, oh, we're sorry, but Mothra will not be able to help you. They're like that. But in this movie, they are rightfully angry and upset, and they're pissed, and they're just mean. So because he just picked them up, he just assaulted them basically. So the rest of them are like, hey, dude, put him down. Come on. So they make him put him down, and he's pissed because they make him give him up. And again, they're surrounded by the natives at this point, and they better put him down. And they end up going back to the ship and going back home with their tail between their legs. And Nelson plans his own trip to go back to the island. He wants those fairies. And he tells the press, I'm going back very soon, and we're going to go back to the island, and we're going to...
And they're not called fairies. The English translation from Japanese is little beauties, which would be twin fairies. Beauties. Fairies of the South, twin fairies, are little beauties. And they're both sanju senshi. So they're 30 centimeters. They're both 12 inches.
They're 12 inches. Okay.
Yes, 12 inches, 30 centimeters. Well, they list 30 centimeters, which is 12 inches. They don't use inches here. Only this strange country called U.S. only uses English
inches,
system too. The rest of the world uses metric system now. Yes. Anyway, continue.
Correct. Yes. Yes, they are the beauties. The beauties. I want to point out too that they're fashionable beauties because in Mothra versus Godzilla in '64, they're dressed like Jackie O, with interesting fashions like her. But then they go back to wearing like the in Godzilla versus Abira. They're dressed in like the island outfits again. So it changes. It changes from period to period. They, sometimes they look like they just came off the island. Sometimes they're dressed in really nice, fashionable clothes. and Ghidorah and three-headed monster, they're dressed up really nice in fashionable clothes, I think. I could be wrong about that. Anyway, so they read the thing about Mothra, and they saying, that if the beauties are taken from the island, Mothra will rampage, whatever it is. And they translate it. And they're like, oh my God, he's going back to the island. He's going to go get the girls, I bet. And he's going to cause trouble.
And sure enough, there he is.
He goes heavily armed. And by the way, it takes a long time to get to the kaiju in this movie. There's a lot of story here. That's probably the weakest point of this movie, is it just takes so long to get to Mothra. But anyway, he goes back to the island with his goons, and they shoot up the people that try to stop him from taking the ferries, and they take the ferries. The beauties.
And just so you know, their name, they are twins, and they are professional singers, and their singing duet name are the Peanuts.
The Peanuts.
Yes.
Yeah, they're both Ito too, right? Ito.
Yeah, they're both Ito. Yes, they have different birthdays. One was born April 1st, and the other was born April 1st. Oh, same. Okay, same.
Because they're twins.
Yes, somehow.
So
imagine that.
One was born on April 1st and one was born on April 2nd. That's what I was waiting for.
No, that's right.
It took that long for the labor and for them to come. So anyway, this is them shooting up the poor natives that are trying to stop them.
They're not shooting them up; they're shooting at them. When you say shooting them up, I think, oh, they're giving them drugs. Yeah, they're shooting them all up, man. They're shooting all the natives up.
This poor guy.
Yes.
He is shot. If you look very closely, he was shot in the anus. The back of his loincloth has a blood spot on it. I'm like, oh my God.
He's been shot in the buttocks.
He was shot in the buttocks. So there he's praying to Mothra. And there's Mothra. Now, I know George knows this. There's a name for this is the Bandai Mothra. I call it the larva stage, but I know there's another name for it in Japanese.
Yes, it's hold on. You're gonna just keep going.
Does it? Oh, I thought it was gonna shoot out something.
Let's see, Mothra. All I get's a Mothra the movie. I want Mothra the monster. Where's Mothra the monster? Continue. I'll give you the Japanese in a minute.
Anyway, that's the larva stage.
It's not the English. The actual pronunciation of the character is Mosura. So you go Mosura.
Yeah.
Mosura. Mosura. Right. So it's a Mosura.
Correct. And this is what he becomes after he comes out of his cocoon. He becomes a giant moth. Very colorful, like a butterfly. So kids like him.
Yes.
Development. It's not giving me. It's giving me Jack and shit. And Jack left town.
That's actually a very rare Bandai. Yeah. So, Nelson comes back and starts a big old show.
The
people,
show.
People lined up outside the building just to see the show, and he's got this little princess carriage that comes down out of the rafters onto the stage, and then he makes them sing. But what he doesn't know is when they sing, they're singing to Mothra. They're sending out waves to Mothra to get Mothra to come save him, and he has no clue. He's like, "Hey, we're making money hand over fist." But they can hear.
Yes.
There's the egg. I'm sorry.
Egg.
I thought you were praying to
Mothra, with the power of your ancestor, grant the prayer of your lowly servants, arise and show your power. That's the translation of the Mothra song.
Nice. So yeah.
That's the Malay, and also Mothra. If we were to call for help over time, over sea, like a wave, you'd come, our guardian angel. There's the two different translations.
Wow. The composer is not Akira Ifukube, who did a lot of the composing for these movies. It is Yuji Kosuke. And it's a very different kind of score for this kaiju film, and I'm not a big fan of it. I don't listen to it that much. I listen to Akira Ifukube all day long, but not this. I like even Mamoru Sato's stuff, most of it. You know.
Yuyo Kosuke. Yeah, any other movies he did, Yuyo Kosuke.
I need to go to Kosuke and buy some bread. So the reporters, the girl reporter, the Michi goes to see Nelson and says, "Please give up these two beauties, and to save all of us. There could be a giant kaiju heading our way." And he's like, "No." That's basically it. And then his thugs rough her up and take her camera.
And they're in the embassy in I think it's by this time when they get the girls, they're in the embassy in Tokyo. So they're in the Rosika, what I said the country name was. I forget the country name. They're in the embassy.
Oh, I thought this was like where his show is, like his office.
No, he's actually. I think maybe of the 10 or 12 minutes they cut in the U.S. version, maybe do they say that he's a member of this country? Because I haven't watched the English version. I just watched the Japanese version. So
okay.
So then maybe they cut out that whole subplot, or just the points of.
No, I think they did at the beginning of the film.
No, we know that he's from another country. He's just
okay. So, but the country is supposed to be this American-ish country.
Yes.
Because they have nuclear power and everything in there. So it's basically it's not U.S. without saying the U.S. I think they're supposed to say. That's what they're implying.
Well, they go to I think it's New York at the end of the film, supposedly, and the police officer outfits are crazy. It's like, no, that's not New York. But anyway, the doctor Shinichi goes to him and he tries to appeal to him to at least let him talk to the little Shobijin. And they're chuckling together and laughing. Okay, I guess there's no harm in it. Yeah, go ahead. And look at the smug looks on their faces. Look at that.
That's a villain mustache if I ever saw one.
The other actor who plays the bodyguard or the other guy he doesn't look Japanese.
The assistant.
Yes. And what's his name? I'm looking up his name.
That is Nelson's assistant is Tetsu Nakamura.
Yeah, but he has that
very Japanese name.
Gaigokujin look. Let's see. Tetsu Nakamura. I wish I could find it on mine.
Tetsu Nakamura. Yes.
They look alike. Yes, you can tell they're twins. Look at that.
They are twins. They are twins. But I think it's
one was
in
born
later
on
movies
April
they're
1st,
not twins.
and the other was born on April 1st.
Well,
yes,
that explains.
So they are twins. And I believe
yes, they have the same little mole on the side of their. They have the same little mole on the side of their face.
But yes, I think the wigs, the outfits, and the little mole on the side of the face, that was kind of to make them look even more alike.
Yes, of course.
So yeah, they tell Fukuda and Michi, oh yeah, we've been singing, during these shows, and we've been calling out to Mothra. She's coming. And they're like, no.
Y'all are effed. Y'all are so effed.
We're sorry, but Mothra's gonna rampage and mess the place up big time, trying to save us. So there it is.
So enjoy the show.
Next show's at 8:00, folks.
and if you know also that with the story in Mothra, they wanted to do after the Godzilla and after Radon, they wanted to come up with another monster. And so the writer thought, I want to do a mixture of the King Kong story and then maybe Godzilla. So they did the King Kong story with the island. With the people and the monster is the protector of the island. And so they used that directly into it. And because the movie did so well, they actually decided to do King Kong versus Godzilla.
Right.
Because of it. And to promote the movie during the I think it was during the release, they, in the cafeteria at the Toho, they had the Mothra lunch. It was Mothra bread rolls that were had the pattern put on them.
Eat your Mothras.
2 boiled eggs that were the colored eyes like the moth,
like the Mothra
from the movie. But you only could have got that in the cafeteria in Toho, the Toho movie set, or the movie area. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
The studio. I would have loved to have seen the pitch meeting on that. You know, talking about, all right, so we want to do the King Kong story. Now they've done a giant ape. We have a giant lizard. What kind of awful, frightening, terrifying creature should we come up with? How about?
And then a moth flew into the meeting.
Yes. This is moth. Yes, I can see that.
Japanese love bugs. Japanese love bugs. So they were going to do a beetle, but they didn't do the beetle, so they did a moth.
Yeah.
Because it flies. Yes, I could.
It was time for an insect.
Giant. I don't understand this love and culture. I'm like, for American culture, you have a butterfly and a moth. Which one's beautiful? Which one eats your clothes? Which one do you kill when you see? Why did they choose a moth over a butterfly?
Because it's tougher.
The moth.
It's more rugged. But later Mothra becomes the symbol of sacrifice when they start teaming Mothra up with other monsters and stuff. But in any case, I think that happened in Ibira. That's when it started.
Mothra
is dying. Oh no! Actually, it happened in Mothra versus Godzilla. Mothra is dying.
Yeah.
So that's when it first happened. So
that's the first Godzilla movie I actually cried.
I cry at all Godzilla films. I do. Anytime he dies, anytime they hurt him. Where the hell was I? Oh, we were talking about insects. In America, they had already done a lot of insect films, like the Black Scorpion, them, the praying mantis,
spiders,
giant mantis. Yeah, they did tarantula. Yeah. So yeah, I guess the Japanese were taking a cue on that and going, hey, it's time for an insect. What have they done? What haven't they done? Well, they haven't done a moth. Okay.
Yeah, they haven't done a moth yet.
We can make a moth nasty and angry.
And the butterfly can't attack.
We can do Rodan stuff with the wings over again. We can do all that. It's destructive.
And the little larva.
But it wasn't until later that he started shooting like bullets out of his ass.
I think the reason is the Japanese word for butterfly is chocho.
Godzilla versus chocho.
So chocho,
that's the way I feel,
has different meanings in Spanish. So I think they knew that they weren't going to use that. So
what is moth in Japanese? Mothra.
But they use the straight English there, Mothra.
Mothra. All right. Okay, so we've delved on this a little long.
Yes, keep going.
So finally, Mothra, listening to the song.
Hold on, I gotta kick the cats out. Hold on, the cats.
Breaks out the
Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah. So it's headed for America. Or it's headed for Tokyo, I'm sorry. It's headed for Japan. What am I saying? Because that's where the two beauties are.
They're headed to the consulate, the Royalistica consulate. Consulate embassy.
I'm saying Mothra is already headed to Tokyo.
Yes, they're actually headed to the consulate, the embassy in Tokyo. That's where they are. So.
Right. So I guess he wants to save them. Yeah.
Yes.
So they figure out that they can actually shield them from singing, but only when they're in the cage. If they take them out of the cage for the show, guess what? That, by the way, is the news editor. He's played by Takashi Shimura, who's in like 1,000 Godzilla films.
Yeah, I've never seen him before. Who is he? Oh wait, he's in like every movie.
He's in
In fact,
every.
he was in a movie last year. That's how old he
Again,
is.
he's in every one of the. Help me out, Professor Walford. Professor Walnut. I'm sorry.
Yes,
Terrible
yes.
names.
Can I help you?
The sword pictures.
Akira
Kurosawa.
Kurosawa.
I remember that. Great.
Kurosawa-san, yes.
He's in all the Kurosawa films too. So,
Yes.
What's his name? What's his name again?
His name is Takashi Shimura. He's probably Japan's greatest character actor of that time, 50s and 60s.
Yes. And let's see. So he actually died. I didn't think he would actually die. So they actually still use his body though. They stuff it and they use it in films as backdrop in Toho films because they still pay his family their residuals. So
that was the 70s.
There's probably an animated version of him somewhere, a little robot.
I think the last one that he was in was Frankenstein Conquers the World. He played the scientist at the beginning that they give Frankenstein's heart to. And I don't think he's in.
He's in Kagemusha, and of course that's Kurosawa. And the last the Bullet Train. He's on Shinkansen. Wow, he's the last kaiju movie. Well, he's in Zatoichi. Wow, I didn't know that. He's in everything. Yeah, I'm already the 60s, the 70s. He's in the
70s.
He's all the way to 80. 81's the last movie he did. Yeah.
Oh wow. I don't remember seeing him in any of the.
Baragon's the last kaiju movie he did. Yes, correct. Baragon and
Kaiju. Yes.
Yes, that's Kaiju.
So he probably did a lot of more Kurosawa films. I mean,
he did Akakage, Kurosawa.
Tired of doing monster movies. Like, oh my god, why am I doing more monster movies?
I'll keep going. Ghidorah. Yeah, keep going. Yes. Sorry, I'm off tangent.
Move forward. So he's like, oh my gosh, these guys are going to kill us. And they're still doing shows. These girls are still singing during the shows. They're like liking the shows now. They're like, okay, yeah, we can go ahead and sing now. Thank you. Mothra, kill them all. Come and
Kill them all.
us. Destroy this place. So they're kind of mean in this one because they know what they're doing. They only apologize to Fukuda and Michi.
Well, they tell them, please, when Mothra comes, they're going to destroy a lot of innocent people. So please get out of the way.
Yeah, get out of the way. Go to another country. All right, so a captain on a ship sees Mothra, the larva Mothra, doing that wave running thing that he does, and destroys their ship. Whoa! So we see how destructive a caterpillar can be. It destroys a ship just as if Godzilla had blasted it with his.
How do they attack this? How do they attack the caterpillar Mothra? The caterpillar like Mothra, as it's said in Japanese.
So what is that in Japanese? What is the caterpillar Mothra?
It's the kaiju. I don't know this kanji.
Okay, never mind. So they got a beautiful picture of the ship before it was destroyed on the paper.
Imomashi.
And
Imomashi. Okay.
The two guys who got the little girls and they're making money hand over fist over them. They're like, it's not our problem. It's not our fault. Yes, it is. That's what we're trying to say. It is your fault. You got to give us the beauties. We got to give it to Mothra before she destroys everything. No. No, we're not going to do it. So they sneak in to where they have the Shobijin
embassy.
Yeah, and they like beat up the goons. They're there because the goons see them and they're like, "Hey, what are you doing here?" So we got a nice little action scene. They go in and they talk to the girls again. For some reason, they do not get them. I can't remember why they don't get them, but there's somebody's the doctor's Chujo's son goes in and he tries to kidnap him. And this is him showing that they can block their sonic waves when they sing to Mothra. The planes go after Mothra, no effect. They try to destroy it and just bounce it off. There's the famous tank. They're finally using the famous tank, the Toho tank. And the news editor's like, well, this is a good story, but Toga's going to be obliterated. And again, they keep trying to stop this thing. It's just not stopping. Not stopping it. Anastasia, are you okay with time?
I'm very good. Thank you so much. It's so beautiful of you to ask and to check in. I love that about you. You're very attentive.
We started late, I know, and I'm sorry about that. But
thank you so much. No, I love spending more time the merrier to spend with you in your presence.
Thank you. I just want to make sure you didn't have another show coming up right after this, and we were putting you tight. So.
Oh, that was so beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, dear. So now I feel bad for whoever played Mothra in this.
Two actors, both the actors.
Yeah, because there is fire like right next to this costume.
Nakajima and Tezuka both played Mothra in caterpillar form. Actually, no. Yes, both of them played the actors.
And again, these guys, they're trying to talk to this guy Nelson, and he's like, yeah, F off. Leave me alone.
Do they keep the American looking guy that belongs to the Rostica country? Do they keep him in the American version?
I know who you're talking
Robert
about.
Dunham.
Yeah, Denham. Yeah,
yes.
He's in it.
Wait, let me show you the video clip. Oh wait, no.
No. No video clips. I'm like Edna Mode. No video clips.
Keep going. Now, keep going. Yes.
I know that was a joke. we got burned on YouTube for using video clips.
That's
going to be our little in joke on the show. Hey, I've got a video clip. No. Yeah. So, what the hell am I looking at here?
A couple of guys. I believe this.
These are the guys at the
bridge.
The bridge. Yeah, the dam. The dam. Mothra breaks through a dam and causes destruction.
Yes. Do they keep the scene where the reporter saves the baby?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
yes, that's coming up.
Yes.
There's a bridge there at the dam, and he runs out because the mother dropped the baby basket. Didn't even feel it. It's like, it's not until she gets to the edge, she goes, hey, wait a minute, I'm a little light. She looks over, and the baby's out in the middle of the bridge. Oh, my baby! And then Fukuda runs out there and saves the baby from Mothra. Matsuda, kill our babies. Don't let them grow up and come into our island.
I should play the my son when he was 2. We sang the Mothra song together.
We could probably get away with that.
Well, I'm not going to play. I don't know if I can find it on my
You'd
phone.
have to go track it down, and that would probably take time. So yeah, Mothra's coming up out of the water, and he's breaking the dam. It's not good. And the two guys in at the bridge, I don't know, office there are like, mugging it up real big for the camera.
Mm-hmm.
One guy got an egg in his mouth, and it's trying to eat it, trying to react. So yeah, this is a very dark scene.
That was the baby scene. We just sort of glossed over there.
Yeah. Fukuda shows what a big hero he is. I like the way they portray Fukuda. He's the nice guy and he's the brave guy, and I like Fukuda in this. I wish that they had done more of his kind of thing later in the movies. I wish they'd had more characters like him. There it is.
You get the damn.
That's Frankie, baby. That's Frankie, baby. He's been Mr. Cool. All right. So Mothra is here now. Has made his way to Japan, all the way across the ocean. Got here in record time. Next show with the beauties is at 7:30. So is this where the kid tries to take the beauties?
Yes,
and they catch him.
They capture him.
And they catch him, and now it's kidnapping. Now everything's changed because now they have a kid in their possession that doesn't belong to them. It's okay to take two small, tiny girls from some foreign island and hold them hostage, but no, man, you don't take a Japanese kid.
Yeah.
with his school outfit on. Don't do that. Yeah. That's bad.
No. You have to draw the line somewhere.
So they realized that the boy went there. The tanks are now coming after Mothra. Mothra is making its way. The Mothra larva is making its way across the small towns and villages and stuff, and it's destroying everything in his path. The planes are coming in.
And that's the air base he's coming to is Yokota Air Base. It's the first air base in Japan, U.S. air base near Tokyo.
Ah, okay. Oh, it's a U.S. air base.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yokota.
Yeah. Doesn't slow him down. Doesn't slow him down a bit. This is some nice work on the. I mean, it doesn't look like one of those fake railroad. Like it looks real. I mean, they did a lot of detail on the stuff here. And that's what we expect from these.
That's what they do in Japan. They actually build models first, and then they build the actual thing after, and they look at the model.
Yeah.
And sometimes they do the opposite. They build the actual life-size things in the model second. Okay, keep going.
Yeah.
Oh, Mothra's coming. No, wait. Yes.
Yeah. So they're shooting at it, and it's not slowing it down. And again, they have put out the order now that Nelson and his crew have kidnapped a kid, and they're going after him. And hopefully they're going to get the beauties too. But Nelson and his gang are on the run now because Mothra has hit Japan and is attacking, and they want to get out of the way. They want to get away. They don't realize that they're bringing these girls with them. It's just going to keep following them. No matter where they go, Mothra's going to come after them. They don't care. So again, they keep shooting at Mothra. The Mothra larva is like, "Will you stop it? Jesus, when are you going to learn?" And then it climbs up a tower. It creeps its way up a little tower.
Yeah, a little tower. You know what the name of that tower is?
Pretty big tower, actually.
It's got a special name. It's called Tokyo Tower.
Tokyo Tower.
It's a copy of Eiffel Tower. It's still there.
I thought, yes.
Yeah.
What are you looking at like
Yeah, they rebuilt it after this. They like to put landmarks into these movies. The monsters destroy them, and they think it's funny. It's like, oh, look, he destroyed it. Broke it down. So he climbs up there and again bends the tower over and starts spinning a web around the tower. So they can't get to him. So we think. But he's spinning the web because he's making a cocoon. He's about to change. He's about to metamorphosize into Flying Mothra.
The moth form. This is when they first used. This is the first heat ray cannons. You said the heat ray cannons, the lasers, the masers.
Masers. Is this the first time they used those? I thought it was gargantuous when they first used it.
Gargantuous. Okay, but it just says the heat ray cannon, so I just
it's a heat ray cannon this time. They don't call it a maser.
It's not a maser yet.
It shoots fire.
Yes.
Yeah, because they're going to burn up the cocoon.
Yes.
That's a good idea, actually. I mean, it's like that makes sense. Hey, it's flammable. Let's burn it up. It's inside. Let's burn it up. So yeah. So yeah, again, they what the hell is that? Oh, that's the destruction.
Yeah,
Mothra going through. Okay. And they have a meeting. There's a general. He is played by Saizaburo Kawazu.
All right. Yeah, you got that one pretty.
Oh no! I'm sorry. Yoshifumi Tujima is the guy we recognize there. He plays military guys in a lot of these and cops.
Yes, yeah.
A lot of these, like police chiefs. So they're like, yeah, well, why don't we? Oh, this is Nelson getting away. He's got his suitcase. We know what's in the suitcase. And they don't check his bags. They just let him go right on by.
That's standard.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. We're being
They
attacked.
didn't check my bags when I came to Japan last. When I returned from Florida, they didn't check my bags. They didn't check anything when I came through. Just right through, because I showed them my Japanese residence card, and they go, "Oh, yeah, most honorable man, please. Those are yes."
Well, there you go. I smuggled a whole bunch of kaiju toys in from America. American version, American.
Okay, Bush.
We're going to talk George Bush here.
I'll just here. I got the. I wanted to look up the twins. The twins. The Peanuts were in the Mothra movie. They were in Mothra versus Godzilla, or Mothra versus the Thing. They were in the Ghidra, the three-headed monster.
Correct.
And then in Godzilla, Ebra, Mothra, Great Duel, the Seas. That was a different pair. That was another pair of twins.
A different set of twins, yeah.
And 66 of the. And
I guess
then,
they couldn't afford the Itos anymore.
In 92, for Godzilla, Mothra, and Space Godzilla, there weren't twins. And that's what I remember watching last. That's the last Mothra movie I watched. And they're not twins. And they don't look alike, I don't think.
They don't look alike.
Well, to non-Japanese people, they look alike. But for me, I'm like, no, they look
one
like...
of the films here in the Monarch series, they do a thing where they show like pictures of different twins, and they're supposed to be the Shobijin, I think. Yeah. They talk about that real briefly, and they show like pictures of the twins together. And anyway, we've digressed enough. We're over an hour already. Yeah, so they're watching the whole Mothra thing, right? And they bring in these fire cannons. It looks like two big set of testicles there. I don't have this problem usually, girls. My tower usually stays up, but my tower's down this time. A little moldy.
A little moldy. I think you'd go to the doctor.
I don't even know why I went there. So yeah, you could say these are the design is very similar to the Maser cannons, but again, the Masers are lasers, and cutting that scene from War of the Gargantuas where they're cutting the trees as they're using the Masers against Gara.
Those are the hardest toys to actually get in Japan.
Really?
I got some that are one 1/32 scale, big, very small, like this size.
Yeah.
And they were like $50, and they were perfect, like this for paint and everything. And I bought one, and then I sold it on my webpage, my Monster webpage, and I went to go buy another one for me, and they can't find them anywhere under 500, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah. I mean, I saw the scale was like that big.
Yeah.
And those are
really
like
nice.
$100, $200 on eBay.
I sold mine for $250
maybe a year ago. So, yeah.
I continue to digress to the lasers.
Yes,
but those toys you can't get them even here,
even in Japan.
Yes.
So if you see them, grab them.
But they're made in China, so that's why. So made in China, shipped to Japan. So okay.
You should go to Hong Kong. They probably have them there.
They can't though. See, the rule is that it's a Japanese company. They're made in China or Hong Kong. They have to ship them to Japan first, and then you have to buy them from Japan in Hong Kong.
Okay.
Japan has really strict rules. You have to. You can't. Well, I can't go to the factory and buy it because the rule is they have to come to Japan first. Well, how about if I just walk in, open the door, and I take one? No, you have to put it back and mail it to Japan
because we
first.
can charge you a lot more if you buy them here.
Yes. Okay, continue.
Because of the
I digress as I go.
Because of the tariffs. So they bring in the heat cannons, the fire cannons, and they let's blaze through these slides. So the guys are watching. They're putting their special glasses on. And we all had eye surgery. And they zap it. See how I kind of connected the pictures together there, so it looks like. Anyway.
It's very good.
It was a concerted effort to actually match up the zap. They're zapping the gonads right there. And these things, they don't look too hot, but it's burning them up real good. It's burning up.
It only burns up eyes though. Skin is fine. Okay, yes.
Skin is probably okay. Get a little tan. And now these guys are listening on the radio and looking at them. They're like, yes, all right. They're so happy.
Great. Yes, great villain laughs from them, like just cackling.
Yeah, this is where the Dr. Evil thing came from, where they're all like,
look at them. Yes,
but they're not acting. They're not acting. That's how they actually laugh. So, yeah.
Yes. But they're still singing. They know better. Mothra, we know you're coming. You're going to kill these people no matter where they go. And sure enough, it busts open and like, oh, man, we spent all that money. And they just sped up the process. Mothra is emerging as a giant moth. Hi, everybody. Guess what? It's going to get worse now. I've got big wings. Little cars are going to be flying all over the place into people's windows. And there she goes.
And off she goes.
Off she goes. Yes, and it's bad. Now, but these guys, no hats fly off, not even a hair moving as Mothra flies up to them.
Well, they are typhoon power wind, and hats are meant to kept on. You watch the indie movies, it's very hard to get that hat off.
That's right.
And they're like, oh, shoot. Oh, damn, I'm thinking fly now.
I was like, Kuso.
Airplane. They are surprisingly, even though Mothra is airborne now, they're on an airplane, a Pan Am, flying back to.
That's really fast, wasn't it?
Flying to New York. They're like, got to get to New York before she does. But yeah, they go to New York because that's where they find out. I don't know how they find out that Nelson is there, but Nelson and his goons are in a car now, and everybody sees it's Nelson, and they surround the car. And
this is your fault.
And look at the police officer outfits there. Those are not American. Come on.
Those are the country. They're in that country, that one country. I keep forgetting the name.
Another New York.
Rolistica.
So he threatens to, shoot everybody, and then he gets shot, and he meets his end. And his assistant is like, "Hey, I'm not with him. Hey." So here comes Mothra. Love the tracer fire in these scenes.
It's called New Kirk City.
New Kirk. That's right. It's not New York. They call it New Kirk. That's right.
That's why I say the
right.
risk guys, the Americans.
I totally forgot that. So Mothra's flying around. She's causing all kinds of trouble in New Kirk City. Cars, little toy cars flying all over the place. And they get the girls back, and they're like, what the hell do we do with them now? And the one guy looks up and he sees in the church, he sees the cross, and it reminds him of one of the symbols that he saw in the Mothra scroll thing. So he goes, "Hey, why don't we paint this on our airplane runway, and he'll come land there, and we can give him the Shobijin, and then nobody will get hurt.
It's like,
Okay.
So the little yellow trucks get moving. Now open the suitcase. Let them sing.
George is having his own show down there.
For our last set, we want to sing Matsuraya, we are here. At the
I tried to put my son singing.
We've no baggage. We're ready to go back home now. Come get us.
I'm surprised you can't buy the Mothra dolls. They're 12-inch dolls. Why can't we buy? I would have had them here. I would have put them on display in my lesson room. I'd put them out.
You mean like Barbie dolls of the Shobijin, or are you talking about Mothra?
Yes.
The actual figure, like this one.
The girls. I'm talking the Peanuts.
The Shobijin.
Yeah, the Peanuts girls.
Yeah, get the ones with the white furry hats.
I'm gonna be looking for them next. So you'll be seeing. I'll be looking for Christmas.
They'd be life size.
From Mothra versus Godzilla. Yeah, they were wearing the Jackie O clothes and that. That's the best. That's the best accessory to get for those. Dressed like Jackie.
If I can't, I'll just buy 2 Jackie O Barbie dolls.
There you go.
I know I can find those easier.
Paint the eyes a little bit, make them look Asian. Put a little spot on their cheek. That's what you got to do. Just take Asian dolls and just turn them into the Shobijin. So Mothra picks up the clue, lands. Nobody. Have you ever there's a movie with John Cusack and Billy Bob Thornton where they lie on the airstrip underneath where planes take off and come in, and they fly. The planes come with the wind, just woo! All these people are out there on the tarmac with the suitcase, and nobody flies off. Anyway,
yes.
Japanese shoes, they'll make you stick to the tarmac.
That's right.
So they're like, "Thank you. We're so glad that you didn't kill but a few million people."
Well,
Bye-bye.
the shoes didn't melt. The shoes didn't melt in the Mysterians. Even the tires melted. So these shoes are great.
The shoes were fine from that fire from underneath the ground. Okay, so now they're backing up. They're smart, but they really had to run to get back there that quick. But yeah, there they are. Okay, go back to Infinite Island. We won't mess with you anymore. We promise. Not until Godzilla attacks, and then in a couple of years, then we'll come. Anyway, so they're back on their island doing the dances, doing the dance moves. And those pillars look way too big. That door must be a really small door. Those pillars look too big for those little girls. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm picking on the film, and I shouldn't do that. And then we get the sign of the cross, and that's how we bring out this movie. Dun dun dun! See, I got the Japanese credit on the end.
And the dancing was just so you know, the dancing was choreographed by the Nichigeki dancing team of Japan.
Oh.
Damn, I forgot that. How did I forget that? All right. Well, thank you, George, for joining us so early in the morning. Sorry we went a little long. Thank you, Professor Walnut. As always, your input is crucial to the fun of this show. Thank you, Anastasia, for keeping it all rolling like a well-oiled machine. Sorry we went a little long.
Oh, thank you. And yes, well-oiled is my forte. So we will, yes, we can explore this together. Well-oiled indeed. Yes.
Okay. I'm not gonna.
You like massage, you know? You like massage, no?
I'm gonna get in big trouble here. I can't take that bait. So thank you.
Don't worry. I can contain her. She's not anywhere near the woman I am. No, it's not a problem. You call me, I'll protect you, no?
38 years, nothing. And then they're coming out of the woodwork. Anyway, folks,
you have the kavorka. You have kavorka.
Thank you. Thank you very much. You're very sweet.
I'm sure there's a salve for that.
Oh yes, there's
Tune
definitely
in
a
next
song for that. I know about it in my massage routine.
Ah, good.
Tune in next time for King Kong versus Godzilla, where they bring
Woo!
Godzilla the third time. It's Kong's first of his 2 appearances in Japanese kaiju films. That one is definitely probably going to go overtime. That's my guess.
I have the official sold at the arcade conveyor things where you take out the things, Godzilla and King Kong toys.
Oh wow!
Oh,
And I made the worker help me because I wasn't getting them, and he opened it up and handed me one. I'll bring him. I'll have him up on display.
All right, sounds good. I've got the Bandai figures up there. I've actually got both Kong figures, and the size of them. Well, we'll talk about that next week. The size is kind of strange on them because the one Kong is really big and the other Kong is kind of smaller, and yeah, they don't match up right. Anyway, so tune in for that. We got a new guest coming in next week, which I will reveal later. And please keep watching kaiju films from Toho.
Oh, Kaiju.
Thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe. Thanks.